As you guys are mulling over the news, somebody else actually walks up to you. You're assuming that it's just another messenger about to give you a message, but instead, the particular woman actually takes a seat at your table and just, well, bows politely. Hello there.
Hello.
Oh, finally, somebody answered. I was wondering if this awkward silence would continue.
My apologies.
Wait, is everyone
You
at
seem to be
the
so on
table?
edge, dear. What's wrong?
Huh?
Oh, you just sound a little nervous.
Oh, sorry, I've been having a strange morning.
So, I believe you lot would be Noble Moon, right? You're the guys that helped my sister.
Yes.
And who would your sister be?
Oh,
I'm assuming this is the... She's talking about the girl from the jail.
Yeah, by the way,
yeah, she is.
Iris is
Klein
gonna go.
wasn't there.
Was
I wasn't
she?
there.
Yeah, he's like, was she like white hair, like blood on the floor? Jail?
Well, me only cuter. She is a cute little sister after all.
Is Iris still shit-faced?
She's tipsy.
Alyssia fires off a perfect description from memory of the girl we rescued from the prison.
The person you just met nods enthusiastically. Yep, that would be my little sister, alright. I once again wished to, well, thank you personally for what happened. After all, last time when I came to thank you, you all seemed to be a little busy, so I just lent you a little helping hand at the time and didn't stick around to talk with you.
Huh? She seems confused.
Back in your little hideout up in the mountains, I noticed some of your people were, well, dying, so I patched them up a little bit before I left.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
Oh, that was you. Thank you. I'm extremely grateful.
Oh, please, no need to thank me, dear. It's only a natural thing to do after all. You have done so much for me and my sister. I don't know what I would have done without her.
She was nice. She helped us. Good girl, that girl. Cute too.
Well, this is a little awkward. Let's just fix that. She snaps her fingers. Iris, you're immediately sober.
Damn it. She's focusing. It's like, thank you.
Right.
Ooh,
Now then.
that's convenient.
Yes, magic is a wonderful thing. I believe
Except for
magic
the
works
part
a little
where-
bit differently in your world, however, but oh well, we probably shouldn't talk about that.
Business to discuss, otherwise you would not have come here.
Well, not really, no. Again, since last time I couldn't thank you in person, I wanted to do that this time. Plus I was curious to see, well, the kind of people that would help my sister. That's all. This is more of a, well, personal visit, more than anything else.
Well, thank you. We're glad we could help. After all, though I did not expect nobility to actually pay back with favor. So quickly, at least.
She looks perplexed. Nobility?
Oh, am I wrong? I suspected the white hair was a son nobility amongst demons.
She looks confused for a second, but then bursts out laughing. After she calms down a little bit, sorry about that. No, dear, you've got it all wrong. I'm not a demon. Oh, but yes, you do make a point. Usually, in this world, the so-called demons, you know, the ones with white hair are quite powerful and old, and usually nobility. Yes, I would understand that confusion. No, I'm not a demon.
Oh, you're not? Sorry for a mistake then. I just assumed since your sister was...
My sister is not a demon either.
Like, she seems so confused. Like, she had horns and even talked about the demons.
Oh. Oh, well, how can I explain this? This is probably gonna get me in trouble, but what the hell? I'm in a good mood today. Well, technically me and my sister, we ain't demons or humans. We're a different race. Don't worry about that too much, though. I mean, we're not technically from either of these worlds, so, you know.
Oh, that's good. Another race to hold on to.
Don't worry about it too much. I mean, both your worlds are pretty young, so you probably won't meet any of the other worlds anytime soon.
The other worlds?
Oh yes, dear, thousands.
Eris is like stroking her head, going, "I see." It's just like clear across her face. More problems. Lovely.
She looks super amused, like she just blew your mind, and that amuses her.
I want to roll insight because Alyssia is like, that sounds like bullshit.
Go ahead.
I'm assuming I've heard of something like
Holy
that
crap.
during my mage studies.
Alyssia, this girl, though she looks in a joking manner, is not joking at all. You can feel it in your bones. You can feel it in your gut. This is a person that is talking from experience. If she says there's 1,000 worlds, she has probably seen them all herself. No, I'm already taking a big risk by being here. My boss is probably gonna yell at me a lot if he finds out I've been here. I'm not risking it again.
Oh, he won't notice.
So, any other cryptic information you wish to drop in our labs?
Oh, well. She suddenly smiles mischiefully. If you insist,
Oh
maybe
my
I'll
God.
tell you the secret of your species as a whole then. How's that?
Well, I already know
Alyssia
that.
Alyssia smiles back. All information can be used as a weapon. I'm always interested.
Very well then. Let's see. Gonna have to make it short. I feel like somebody's gonna notice I'm here soon. So let's go. In a very theatrical way, she clears her throat and gets up and strikes a pose. Long ago, in days when the stars in the sky were far fewer than they are now, the gods of light, order and destiny vied with the gods of darkness, chaos and chance to see who would control reality. They waged their struggle with a six-sided cube that had a face for each deity and called it dice. There were victories and defeats, but ultimately no resolution. The gods tired of dice, so they created pawns and a board to place them on, and thus the first world was created. These pawns struggled, won and lost, built and destroyed, learned and forgot, and ultimately they would die. In time, the gods came to love these characters and their stories. The dice would fall against them sometimes, but so it goes. Into a world, however, appeared a particular pawn, an unexceptional young pawn with no distinguishing traits. All of the gods liked this pawn, but great things were not expected of it. But this pawn was a little different from the others. The pawn was always thinking, strategizing, acting. The pawn did not let the gods roll the dice. The pawn was not especially capable, neither did it have the ability to cheat. This rather surprised the gods. All pawns would sooner or later leave their fate to the dice of the gods, except for this one. The odd pawn would not save the world. It may not even change anything. It was just another pawn. But even so, the pawn would not let the gods roll the dice. Hence, even the gods did not know how the pawn's story would end. The pawn's fight goes on somewhere, even today, and the gods still watch with bated breath what the pawn will do next. So tell me, who do you think this pawn is? She smiles from ear to ear. Humanity? And as she does that, she puts her hat back on. Right then. I'll be taking my leave now. We'll probably not see each other again, but I will be watching. Show me a good story, alright? And as she says that, she immediately disappears on the spot, like she was never there.
Huh. That was interesting.
By the way, Morgana at this point has returned inside you, Iris, and you hear her just mumble, I've known a lot of strong dragons in my time. She was much stronger than a dragon.
Yeah, given the story, and if it's true, then yeah, I would say she would have to be.
At this point, Kenjiro walks up to you guys and joins you at the table. He looks over towards you, Klein, notices that your expression is saying that something else happened, and you see him intentionally avoiding asking you what happened.
I'll just give him the nod of good choice.
We better... Kenshiro, here's a brief summary that you should at least know. We're heading back to the village where we walked through. The elder wants to see us.
That seems unwise.
And that would be...
I keep forgetting that you haven't been around for a while, but at least Klein probably has some idea. Because of what's been happening over the last 6 months, the situation in the Fringe Kingdoms has been, well, tense. Much more so here. On our way here to the inn, maybe you didn't notice because we rushed past the village and didn't actually enter it, but the region seems odd. I can't exactly put my finger on it, but something about the entire region feels strange, almost like barren, almost lifeless. This kingdom doesn't supply and trade with other kingdoms almost entirely. Like, they're completely self-reliant. They do not rely on other kingdoms for pretty much anything.
Well, yeah,
The
but like,
kingdom
do
is
other
very
kingdoms rely on
poor.
this kingdom or something?
The kingdom is very poor, and it has always had terrible relationships with all the other neighboring kingdoms. It seems to be stuck in some very old traditional ways, and it has been struggling for the last 100 or so years.
So no other kingdom actually relies on any goods that comes from this kingdom?
No.
Apart from the fact that it might be wise to find out more about what is causing this place to be so barren, this kingdom does not hold much of a strategic value.
Oh no, the kingdom actually has some very good forests and resources. It's just that they actively refuse to trade with other kingdoms.
Plus, its strategic value is actually pretty good, as it's on the other side of Edelvan. If you were to get this kingdom
isn't this
on
kingdom
your...
like often like in the
Just a sec, let me bring up the map real quick to make it easier.
yeah, like
for you
isn't this
guys.
kingdom often the ass end of nowhere, like nowhere near the front lines?
Yeah, but it's
Just
right
so-
next to Edelvan, nowhere near the front lines.
Well, no time like the present, unless anyone feels they need another bath.
No. I'll go pack up our stuff.
Right. So eventually you guys, after having a nice hearty breakfast, getting your news, you pack up your things and you hit the road back towards the harbor. On your way, however, you make a small detour and start heading towards the nearby village. You learn from some of the locals that the village is called Morian. It's called Morian Village. And you are headed there to meet the elder that sent the invitation. The winter seems to be quite harsh in this kingdom, at least, from what you can tell. The roads are mainly unused. You've been traveling for hours, yet you have not met a single traveler apart from yourselves. All you can hear is the gentle falling snow and the wind. It seems like almost a winter wonderland that you can easily get lost in. You start heading back. Eventually, the village is in sight as you overlook it from a nearby cliff. And you continue down the main road leading into the village itself. As you're walking, however, it's been a few hours. The snow is picking up. It looks like there's going to be a storm soon. By the looks of it, however, you will probably miss it. You plan to be back in the harbor before nightfall, so that probably will not be an issue. Everybody who has perception, passive perception, 15 and up, roll me perception.
Mhm.
Which I think would be Iris and Alyssia. Right.
I have
Alyssia,
19.
you feel something crawling up your skin. Somebody is watching you. You immediately start darting your eyes left and right, but there's nobody on the road, it's just you guys. However, suddenly you cock your head up, and on a cliff somewhere up above you, you see somebody quietly observing you.
Do I recognize this individual?
No. She quietly looks over your group, and as you notice her, she stares at you for a few more seconds before quietly just turning around and disappearing from view.
Well, it would appear that they know we're here.
Well, that's good. At least we won't have to bother with knocking. It's getting cold. Come on.
Assuming, of course, they're not preparing an ambush.
Oh, poor them.
It's not long before you enter the village. There are no locals around, so you can't ask for directions. However, one house is very distinct from all the others. By its architecture, it's bigger, it's a lot more regal. You assume that if a village elder called for you, or a local lord, this would probably be the place to look. As you approach the house and talk with a few people inside, it seems that they have been expecting you. You have found the right place. One of the personnel approaches you at the door. The weather outside is terrible. Do you need to warm up and drink something hot before you meet with the elder?
I'm fine. Any of you need a drink?
Shake my head.
Just to clarify, this person is not the person that was watching us, right?
No.
I'm quite alright.
Very well. In that case, please leave all your weapons here at the door. You may collect them when you're leaving. And please follow me. He takes you to, rather than a acceptance hall, he takes you to one of the private rooms out back. You quickly realize why once you enter. You see a frail old man on his, deathbed. So, for his convenience, it seems that you have been brought out here to greet him. He slowly stands up as you guys enter the room, and he just nods in a greeting. Welcome to my house. I am sorry that I cannot greet you under better circumstances.
Yes,
Please come in, take a seat.
Yes, gives like a short nod of a head in respect before moving over and taking a seat.
There is nowhere to sit, it's basically on the floor.
Oh, yeah.
I find it hard to believe that this is the only reason you have summoned us.
I would not waste your time in such a manner, no. There is actually something I would like to ask of you, if you are willing to accept.
Well, it depends on what it is. Please ask away.
How much do you know about my kingdom?
I would have to be honest. I do not know much.
Alyssia just recounts the whole isolationist kingdom stuff.
He nods. Yes. You know little. That is to be expected. After all, we do like to keep to ourselves.
From what I've
Much
heard,
so.
that seems to be an understatement.
Yes, well, we have been going for some trying times. This village is in the center of it all, however. That is why I wanted you to come here and meet me personally. You see, Morian, the person that this village is named after, she was a great queen, goddess of war and death, who often took the looks of a crow. We have not had a queen in a long time, and we have suffered greatly for it. You could say our entire kingdom and land is cursed because of our mistakes.
Mistakes?
He nods, yes. We have not had a queen at the helm leading this country for more than 100 years. And our country has suffered greatly for it.
To not have a leader for so long.
No, we've had
surprised.
many leaders, but they are all pretenders. The blood of the queen, her family, they are the rightful rulers of this land. And unless the rightful ruler once again stands on top of the throne, then our kingdom is doomed.
And these mistakes you speak of, what would they be?
Bloodshed. Much, much bloodshed. Once Morian, our glorious queen, died, there was no shortage of people hungry for power trying to get her throne. They engaged in much bloodshed. Many died, countless suffered. So much so that I am one of the only descendants of her blood still living to this day. Everybody else has been killed over the years. You have no doubt heard much about the murders that have currently been going on. Those are all people from my bloodline. I fear that apart from a certain child, I am the last of her bloodline. And as you can see, I am too old and feeble to do anything, even if I was not a man.
A certain child?
I have a granddaughter. She has the right to be the next queen, and she can save this kingdom. It is still quiet, and I am still living. They have not come to take my life yet, and if I am alive, then she is safe. But should the time come and my life is taken, I will make sure that somebody delivers a message to you. How to find her and what needs to be done. When that time comes and I am dead, I wish to entrust her life in your hands and her future. And as he says that, he straightens himself up a little bit and he bows his head in front of you. Please, she is the only thing I have left.
I see. Then I accept.
Thank you. I do not have much to offer you right now, but I will make sure that there is a handsome compensation for your work when the time comes. He
Exactly.
looks out a small nearby window, you see, and you all notice that the wind outside is picking up. It seems like a violent blizzard is coming. Do you wish to spend the night here?
I think we should go.
I suppose.
Right. In your player journal, you can actually put this as a side quest if you want to just keep note of it for later, because you've accepted it either way for now. Make a note there. Right, so after you say your goodbyes with the elder, you go back, the servants take you to the front door, they give you back your weapons, gear, everything that you left behind, and they send you off and back into the road. Just on your way back, on your way to the village, you notice that on your way back, not much has changed. There's snow piling up, but the village is eerily empty and quiet. There's no people out in the streets.
Creepy.
Soon you're back on the familiar road you used to get to the village. However, something has changed on this road. It has been snowing heavily and the road is now almost completely covered in snow. Something else has changed as well, however. You are no longer alone on this road. Up ahead, you notice there's somebody else.
Lovely.
I'll cautiously approach.
I advise against that and will approach myself.
Yeah, I was assuming that was what was gonna happen. I'll approach behind Klein.
As you get closer, Klein, to take a better look, the air and the surrounding area is obviously very cold, so a body would lose its bodily temperature very rapidly. However, this body is still a little bit warm. This woman died recently. In her chest, you can see something very viciously carved out. It's a word, and it's a very simple and clear message. Leave.
Well, we were going, so Jesus, that's a little unnecessary.
By the way, you see Ira's like side of her mouth twitch.
I work
As
out
you
what
expect
weapon
the
caused
wound,
it.
Klein, this is definitely done by a dagger in a very vicious manner. To whoever carved this body up, it's very simple to, guess their mentality. To them, this was just a slab of meat. This was not a human being.
Wouldn't a smart idea to also have someone to ambush us on the path out, regardless
Yeah.
of which option we took?
That is true.
Wait.
They probably do have an ambush planted
By the way,
farther down the road.
Iris is gonna hold up her hand. I don't think it's an ambush. We should really leave. If what I'm thinking, and you may be right, then they may know us better than we thought. Knowing that I would want to go back.
Are
If
you
that's
suggesting
so-
that this has to do with Logan?
No.
Or
I'm
Van
saying
Hector?
that if they know us, they know they can't fight us. They know they can't even beat us. If we head back, I'm afraid that they may try to pin something on us.
Or use an area of effect.
That still wouldn't do anything. Iris is just super confident, like, yeah, they can't beat us.
Well,
you see
it
that,
worked
at this
relatively
point, by
well
the
the
way,
last
Morgana has
time.
materialized and she's next to Iris and nodding. For once we agree, this seems too convenient. After all, if the Elder knew enough and called us here, then probably other people know about our strength. There is no way they would risk attacking us out in the open. They would surely know that they do not stand a chance against us.
That means that if we go back, they're probably going to try pinning this on us, and if they know we're to take the child, that also means that probably others would fight us if they thought us assassins.
And even worse, think about it. The prince contacted you so urgently after we were with him not long ago, and in the letter it says that he cannot speak through the letter. It means it must be urgent. What if somebody is trying to keep us here on purpose, to prevent us from going back?
As much as I hate to leave this unavenged, everything points that we must leave now, Klein. There are bigger things here in motion. We can give her a proper burial quickly.
Fine. I'll drop it. Now. Then I go over and pull out a dagger and cut her down.
I'll help prop her up once you do that.
Yeah, I think
Rather
it's
than
safe to
burying
assume that we
her-
bury her.
Yana, was it? Do you not have a way to, well, make her body disappear?
What do you mean by disappear? I can make people invisible, but not forever.
I mean, do you have a way to hasten the body's decomposition process?
But yeah, anyway,
You mean
she
stop her from decomposing?
no.
I mean, make her decompose faster.
Well, I have... looks towards Klein. No.
You could grave road near it, but either way. But yeah,
I was about
I
to
don't
say,
wanna
assume,
freak him out
assume you
anymore.
anticipated the look I was giving you.
Yeah.
Don't.
Nope.
But GM, I know burial procedures, don't I?
Yes, you know how to give a proper burial. You also know about the last rites, everything you've learned from Rohana.
Oh, that should be relatively quick, shouldn't it? I can do a Cliff Notes version.
Thanks to Morgana, quicker than you think. She is pretty powerful and she has pretty useful magic, so she can make a grave in an instant. You guys don't want to waste here since the weather is worsening.
Yeah.
So she makes sure that the grave is done very quickly.
Yeah, and I make sure to mark it with a small thing.
I mean-
but yeah, then we should really get going.
But isn't the ground frozen?
Yep, it's pretty hard to, use a shovel right now. That's why
Yeah, but he
Morgana's
rolled
making
a
sure to
22.
give you guys a helping hand.
Yeah, but
It
Morgana
is.
just
You're mortal. Dig, 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 dig.
yeah, but
Diggy diggy hole, diggy diggy hole.
but yeah,
no,
let's get moving.
Don't.
You guys eventually hightail it back to the the harbor on double time because the weather is getting worse and worse. Luckily, you managed to miss the worst part of it, making it back just in time, and the ship is very impatiently waiting for you guys. And it's not long before you're back on the ship and heading back towards Edelvant.
Hey! What? Twice?
He's got to next.